had a lovely lunch, and uh, it will be difficult to keep you all awake, I guess, but we'll try our best. So welcome everyone, welcome all the panel members. Thank you for joining us. So I think first agenda on the digitization that uh, hi, thank you, Mr. Randy. So what is very famous after we discussed in the morning AI, etc. One of the other things which is very famous these days is about low code, no code. Okay. So I thought we'll discuss something about that. And Mr. Hemant Verma, I think we would like to hear from you about the low code, no code.
Hello. Good afternoon. I will speak in respect of BFSI, how we have started using, since I am from public sector bank, Punjab National Bank. So we have started adopting low code, no code recently, and it is giving quite a good experience to the people who are not having coding experience. So especially in our circle offices and regional offices where people are not much technical, but they are technically inclined. So for them it is very helpful because they knew the business properly, they knew the flow of the data, how it should go and all. So based on them, they have started using it. And it is becoming very useful for their day-to-day operations, basically for internal operations. We have not started using for customers based applications or portals. For IT people, definitely low code is very helpful for them. It gives agility, faster delivery, and the team which is working on the project, it is becoming very easier for them. People are trying with the different applications. We have formed different software development centers. So everyone is using both the technologies. Little problem is with these low code, no code is expandability. That you have to take care while initiating any project, whether how much it is going to expand in the future. That foresight you should have in first hand. Then only you can start project in using both the platform, either is a low code or no code. That is a challenge with this. Otherwise, it is very helpful for our in-house use.
Correct. Thanks a lot, Mr. Hemant. He has about 3 decades of experience in the public sector banks, IT, data, and he's a master in the data management, etc. Thanks a lot. That was very helpful. So another thing which is very famous these days is like the cloud solutions. Every solution that you have in-house, everybody wants to move on to cloud. At least the OEMs, the vendors, they are pushing all of us to move into the cloud. So maybe you want to take the question on the cloud? Hello. What is happening in this space and what do you think, where are we moving towards?
Hello, yeah. So, hello. Yeah. So, it is working now, yeah. So, cloud solution, he rightly said that nowadays cloud is mandatory required because nowadays what we observed that business teams are very much demanding. They want to implement anything on workfoot basis. And next day morning, they come with an idea and they are expecting IT has to implement certain things in a next day. They want everything next day. They don't understand whether how much time is supposed to be required, what efforts needs to be involved. So in this kind of scenarios, cloud solutions are very being helpful in our day-to-day activity. So like suppose in any festival season are coming, in that case, business or marketing team are coming with the new ideas. Like suppose and they need to do certain campaigning and expecting a major footprints on our infrastructure. In that scenario, our traditional infrastructure scenario or in existing infrastructure, if we want to scale up, then it takes too much of time and too much of investments are there. In that scenario, in compare of that, if we adopt any kind of cloud-based solutions where that is a most reliable solution, highly available solution, and immediately we can scale up based on our business needs. So in this kind of scenario, if certain campaigning or marketing or business teams are coming with new ideas, in that case, immediately we can scale up our existing infrastructure by implementing certain things and ready available to fulfill the business requirement, which will help us to grow our business. Secondary, also many times we are observing in month-end days, whenever some major business booking are going on last 5 days, it's crucial for all the business sectors. In that last 5 days, 10 days, maximum workflow is there, maximum footprints are available for booking the business. In that case also, whatever the assumption we did to fulfill the requirement as well as for the maintaining the application's performance, in that time we may somewhere lacking behind to provide the up-to-date solution. So in that scenario also, we can keep certain solutions on the cloud, like suppose keep a passive mode and load balancer we can configure properly to enable and handle such kind of things in last 4-5 days. So for our investment, also we will get the proper return of investment. We also can get the maximum benefit from our investment, whatever we are planning. So that will also help us to grow our business, provide the instant solution to our business teams to fulfill their requirement. There will not be any kind of complaint or those kind of things maybe arise in organization that because of non-availability of system, we may not book this kind of businesses. Majority we are facing this kind of scenario in our day-to-day operation work. As well as nowadays, many cyber security guidelines are coming on day-to-day basis. Any regulators are suggesting to implement these things, that things. All those things may first need to test in our environment. If it is working fine, if we are not finding any kind of leakage on that, then only we can implement on our production server. Now, maybe any day they came with some different kind of solutions, and at that time might be possible we may not have enough infrastructure readily available with us. In this scenario, we may implement, if we have a cloud solutions partner, we keep ready those kind of things, like suppose be ready for the pre-production kind of things. We do all kind of testing, all kind of R&D on those environment, and then we'll post entire things on our production environment. So the cloud solutions is being very useful in our day-to-day activity for implementing anything. Within 2 days, 3 days of time, if we are expecting anything, we can immediately line up the things and we'll start our business. Because application and solutions are readily available, but infrastructure is nowadays little bit challenging for everyone. So after introducing and campaigning certain cloud-based solutions, it make infrastructure and IT life very easy to implement certain things within a stipulated time frame. Along with, I also would like to share certain things. Certain regulators are there. So while we are adopting any kind of cloud-based solutions, we may also have to take care about all the regulators' requirements are getting fulfilled or not. Based on the business requirement and nature of the requirement, we may have to adopt the services. Like suppose certain state level stamp duty attraction law is there, data privacy law is there. So while we are adopting any kind of cloud-based solutions, we must have to take care all parameters related with the regulatories also. So that will also helpful to us while we are providing any solutions for the organization, and we make sure that entire solutions which we adopted, that is compliant by all the regulatory laws and everything. So cloud solution is obviously it is readily available for us to implement anything within a short time within an organization.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Akshay Upadhyay. He is the CIO of SBICAP with more than 2 decades of experience in banking and IT. Thanks a lot. And as you said, it definitely makes sense that you have agility. Instead of investing on a hardware, CapEx in expenditure, and where you're tied for next 7, 10 years, you find it difficult without getting the full ROA. You don't get the full return, you cannot go move to a new hardware. Whereas on the cloud, you have that agility that you can change your hardware, software, everything. because you're an OpEx model. That gives you a bit of a flexibility also on that. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your valuable insight. So yeah, moving on. Next one. One more thing on the automation front, which we are seeing these days is about chatbots. And any application, anywhere you could see that, chatbots and virtual assistants, that is like become a norm. Many of places where you used to call and you will have to press 9, then you go to press 7, and then go keep pressing that. But now you have that instant, the robot starts talking to you, chatbots and the virtual assistants. So we would like to gain some insights on what's happening in that space. Maybe Mr. Venkat, you want to take that question. He is a IT leader from City Union Bank. Over to you, Mr.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, when olden days we used to have a dedicated person, supporting the customers with their queries on phone line, and subsequently the call center concept came up, and the agents were now the expectations are growing, and also 24/7 support is expected from customers. Also, banks need to reach out to the customers for various use cases. So all these given a ground for going with AI, and currently with neural bots where it is getting trained, and that is being extensively utilized by banks. So, for example, if I can give some of the use cases for the banks, collection especially, which is becoming a challenge, where people have to manually call the customers for collection, reminding the due dates, where the chatbots are utilized. What we did is initially monologue voice, which we sent to the customers, and now interactive neural, and especially in regional languages, focusing on what kind of targeting customers, like which place they are from, what is the language they are conversant with. So we are able to leverage the technology and reach out to the customers. Also, if you want to build the leads, there are various ways through which banks are able to generate leads now. So chatbots are really helpful in for the banks, and at the same time, a lot of queries are required by the customers for resolutions, and also regulators now are closely monitoring how the customer queries are handled by the banks, how what is the tab that they are maintaining, how it is getting closed, whether the customers are really happy, and also we are expected to get the feedback from the customers. So all these really are being carried out through chatbots now, and I believe NLP is something which is going to be the next level of innovation that is happening now. Definitely, banks will be leveraging, not only banks, all across all the organizations that will be leveraging that.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mr. Venkat. And so, coming to, there's a NABARD, there's a lot of focus on the digitalization of rural financing infrastructure. So, do you want to talk about that? Because that's one of the things which doesn't look to be mainstream, but I think that's very important for especially for a country like India. He's Mr. Patrick Jasper. He is a GMIT for NABARD. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Jaiswal ji. So, NABARD is basically an all India financial institution. RBI categorizes under all India financial institution. So our mandate is rural, it's in the rural places, rural financial institution, as Jaiswal ji said. So we look after rural financial institutions and agriculture. So our clients are basically cooperative banks, regional rural banks, and those who give credit to the rural areas and to agriculture. So if you look at PACs are basically primary agriculture cooperative societies, for those who don't know. So they are the lowest tier of the cooperative structure in any state. The top is the state cooperative bank, the middle is the district cooperative bank, and at the bottom level is the primary agriculture cooperative societies. So the state cooperative banks and the district cooperative banks are computerized to a certain extent, maybe not 100%, but to a certain level they are computerized. But at the PACs level, almost 90 to 95% of the PACs till now still depend on a manual system. So they have ledgers, manual ledgers, they enter their accounts every day. Many of them are one-man offices. So they have a secretary, maybe one more clerical staff or someone to do the data entering. It's a very, let's say, a very monotonous system because it is all manual based. So the Government of India was aware of this. So this project is essentially a Government of India project. It is supported, funded both by Government of India, state governments, and by NABARD. So we are essentially digitizing the lowest level, the primary agricultural cooperative societies. Now, the project may seem simple in scope, but considering the number of packs in the country at the moment, the target is 63,000 packs across the country, expandable up to 85,000, even it may go in up to 1 lakh. So this includes, what we are essentially doing is we are providing basic computing infrastructure for these societies. We are sanitizing their books of accounts. We are transferring them into a ERP software that is already ready. Transferring this books of accounts into the software so that it is entirely digital in nature. There will be a central server which will then connect to a data warehouse which analyzes data and gives what records these packs require for their day-to-day operations or the running operations. Okay, so it is a massive task. Computerizing it's not these packs, although the scope itself may be limited, but considering the number, it's a very, very massive task which we are undertaking. So essentially, what does this achieve? So there are two things which are the objectives of the scheme through digitization. It is transparency and efficiency. So when you shift to a manual system to a computer system, you get data on the go. You know, at any point of time, you'll be able to generate records, you'll be able to generate reports. So transparency is one thing that is ensured, and efficiency of operations. So no more manual systems. Everything, reports are automatically generated depending on the requirements of the PAC staff. So this ensures a level of professionalism in the operation of the primary agriculture cooperative system, which is actually the aim. So as I said, this is connected to a data warehouse. NABARD is also building a data warehouse system, not just for the cooperative system, but also for all other data. So the vision, if you see the vision of our chairman, Dr. K.V. Shahji, Mr. K.V. Shahji, his vision is that NABARD will be actually the single source of truth as far as all agriculture and rural data is concerned. And one of the sources is this. There are lots of other data which we are capturing. So the entire rural agriculture space is in the throes of change. So we are actually digitizing whatever data is available so that it can be analyzed and put out. For example, climate-related data, which will be useful to farmers at the rural level. So climate-related data, finance data, rural credit data, agriculture credit data. All these data we are actually sourcing and analyzing through the data warehouse and giving out. So these are the works in progress as far as digitization of the rural environment is concerned.
Wow. Thanks a lot. So that's quite insightful what NABARD is going to do on the fintech space. So another esteemed guest we have, Mr. Rajendran. He has more than 2 decades of experience in the IT, and he's quite renowned in the IT world. And you name any of the financial networks, whether it is Infinet, NFS, NPCI Net, and even he has been a part of IDBRBT also. So we would like to hear from you. What are your views on the changing landscape, on the automation in the financial industry, on the digitization? What is your views? We would like to hear from you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to share my few experience. And I think all our co-panelists have spoken about the various areas on the BFSI transformations, and it's my pleasure that I have been associated with this completely the end-to-end transformation of the where it is the TBA to CBA and CBA to and interconnecting and everything and consolidated, and all the payments network in India, if you see, name it, whether it is an RTGS, NEFT, and the including, if you see, Siji was talking about that cooperative bank, and just 2 years before only I was handling that, even that Idiki cooperative, Idiki district, that all packs and consolidation to the Kerala banks, and it's a rich experience that gives the how people even that pack, now where we reached is, even the pack, what he was narrating about 1 or 2 people in the bank, or you call it as a bank or branch, that people also wanted to enable an IMPS. That level, that work has been gone, and its penetration has been taken in the automation in the BFSI industry. So if you see the all the we now we are leapfrogging in the world also, and many places also. If we say digital public infrastructures institutions, which we talked about wherever IDRBT, IPTAS, or the NPCI, and after the UPI, and we become the more transformations in the digital adoption. And that made the an ease of doing business in India and ease of doing business in everywhere. It is not only people at the Mumbai only do this transaction. You go into the interiors of say Solapur or the Palghar district, where if you go interior also, if somebody you only just enough having a QR code printed on the, just sticking onto his, even weighing machine is just sticking on and just taking the payment. So that much transformation done. But how it is possible? If we say we are reaching towards the processing 1 billion of transaction per day, how it is possible? Many places, everywhere, it is an completely a transformation done and automation is done. Okay. When you talk about the things, reconciliations, in banking, if you talk about a reconciliation, is one of the very crucial things, and not only to the maintaining the accounts or monitoring the accounts, even proactively the steps to control the frauds also, the reconciliation, one of the things. It's a very simple example. How do you know something is missing in your wallet or pocket or your bag? Unless you get into the, just do the reconciliation of the, what is the, in your packet, whether cards or cash or whatever things, you do it. If when you are doing, whenever you take, then you will need to just glance through it, check it. This is the way that the reconciliation of the all your transaction at your the end, you need to do it. So what else you do the automations? You know, we used to do the lot of manual process. And if you just one click, say we wanted to do a DCDR area, where we, from the one processing center to another processing center, in case of any disaster happen in one center, how do you do? Many regulators prescribe this. You should do a 45 minutes, should go and operationalize it in your systems. That much all the payment systems and the banking industries are needed. Then how it is possible? If we start doing the, okay, each service, you start, okay, shut down and go to remotely, then switch on, then switch off. All the things if you do in the sequence or whatever thing, even they partially even do, even a script-based system also, it takes a longer time. So one of the area where you need to focus on how to do bring up, brought down systems, and even the moving from one DC to DR, and need to have the automations. Then second thing, if you see the things, your EOD and beginning of the day or start of the day, you call it as this both operations you do. Lot of transaction you need to do. For whether you are the participating entity or you are part of the ecosystems, then you need to do a lot of the transaction in the EOD, what you do, the reconciliation of various channels into the single, and you need to do all the process. Then you need to have programs you need to be written, and then an automation is very important to do the fast track and faster you do. Not only that one, even backups are automated, and the restorations are automated. Then when you get into the things, start of the day, all the things we go doing. Then very crucial things, when you do the software deployment, patches deployment, if you use a manual things, sometimes what will happen, by error, somebody just wrongly just pushes something, then it will becomes then a pain point to you. Then you should have an automated process, but someplace somebody, it is not completely, you need somebody to test it and post it, then after that it's a signed one, and get an authenticated from server, how it is getting installed, then it is bring up or brought down the systems. And like all process need to be brought into the automation areas. Then you can able to efficiently do it. So while you are moving towards the more adoption of the digitization, your faster work, it is very, very important. You need to take a decision very fast. You might be hearing about frauds and everything. Definitely it will become when you, in all the manual system also was there, but it took a longer time to come out. But digital system immediately could able to notify or you could able to identify. So you need to have a proactive measures, not only there, even for your fraud and mitigation system or surveillance systems, everything you must have a process where you can able to do the detection very faster.
Great, great. Very insightful, we would say. And though you have not used many of the jargons, but it really says what is the hard work that goes and the thought process that goes into the digitalization process. And PCI is definitely something we all are proud of, what we have achieved globally, not only in India, globally what we have achieved. Thanks a lot. Thank you. So from there, we want to carry on, maybe Mr. Hemant, do you want to carry on to something like what we are doing in the space of microservices or APIs, something you want to talk about?
Microservices, like Mr. Rajendran said about automation as digitization is increasing day by day in banking space. So now bank is coming in, everything is in mobile. And UPI and everything, all are getting more and more digitization are happening. Our 80 to 90% transactions are online. So practically, customer do not want any disruption of services. Even for the maintenance purpose or any kind of disruption of any stoppage of services in between is not acceptable at all. So this microservices is very handy to handle this problem. We have started using microservices mainly in our mobile banking and UPI also we are working. It helps a lot if any particular, since more than 200 products, different products are there, the journeys are there in mobile banking. So in earlier days, now in our language we called monolithic. It is hardly 5 or 10 years old, but we started calling monolithic. So technology is changing so fast. So it has become very handy if any journey goes down or any service goes down. So if you are having microservices based application or architecture, then you can control it very easily and it is very easy to pinpoint the problem and handle the problem. This is very minimum time. That is the biggest advantage of microservices as far as the customer services. Similarly, for the developer also, it gives you the modular approach to horizontally increase your, expand your application. So whenever you want to add any service, you could give the microservices or then get it in the containerization and you can simply go and give the service to the customer. Besides its API you talk about, again, banks are doing partnership with a lot of fintechs for digital purpose and internally also we need to connect different application or system. So API comes into the picture. So, but API is very important we have to see from the angle of security. Since you are talking outside your organization through APIs to the third party, and so many partners are increasing day by day. So it is handy, but main concern is security. So API security, everyone has to take care. And regular audits, regular review of your API is very important. That's what I want to say.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mr. Hemant. Definitely, the way the business landscape is changing, there are new requirements coming in. The microservices are very helpful to help you integrate, roll out everything. That's very quick. Okay, thanks a lot. So also about one thing related is like the way we are talking about UPI and everything. What does the future of cards look like? The debit cards, credit cards, Visa, Master, MX, and also, what do you think? What is the trend going to happen? So on this, Mr. Venkat, do you want to take a lead on this?
Yeah, it's a trending one actually. A lot of innovations are happening around this space. So we started off with ATM card and then debit, credit. So many things happened, and now definitely if you look at the historical data, the number of transactions happening through ATM is coming down. Slightly it is coming down. And also there are various alternatives by which transactions are happening without cards, like net banking, mobile banking, then your UPI, wallets. So there are many options where customers are having now instead of using the cards. So if you look at this at one side, definitely we can say that there will be a decline because many innovations are happening around this space, as I said earlier. So then what next? The alternative might be bringing it in the wearables, which we launched last year through a keychain and through a smartwatch, where customers can make a payment same like what they can do with a card, contactless payment they can make. And second factor authorization, some of the banks are utilizing the card. Instead of that, now I think voice biometric, which is something which we got an opportunity to work with IDRBT, and we launched voice biometric as the second factor authentication. Slowly we are trying to move towards doing it for financial as well. Once, always there will be a feeling with the customer whether it will be safe or whether my voice will be mimicked or something like that. So the confidence has to be built among the customers so that we can go to the next level. So apart from that, as financial inclusion, I think NPCI has rolled out UPI 123 last year for the feature phone users. I mean, basically who don't have a smartphone or internet connectivity in the rural areas. So to promote payments through them, this feature was launched. But even then, there are a lot of scope for improvement or more innovations that is possible around that. So recently in the global fintech NPCI, again, we tied up with NPCI and then we launched the Hello UPI, where with the same feature phone, customers can register and make payments using their voice. So currently that is available in 2 regional languages, and other regional languages are being worked upon. So these are some of the other alternatives where customers can definitely utilize and make payments. And of course, the latest trending is the cardless cash withdrawal. So many banks have launched in GFF, but whereas we launched this through NCR ATMs in 2019, after, before the COVID, where customers were able to scan the QR and then without any card, they will be able to withdraw cash from the ATMs. So that is another area where customer can transact without a card. So a lot of things are happening, and similarly IoT is now coming up in a big way, and we have tied up with Alexa, and that was also launched in the GFF, where using Alexa you can make payment, you can inquire your balance. So a lot of alternatives are coming up. Who knows, now we are looking at one nation, one poll, so maybe one nation, one card might come up. We do not know how, the way, the speed in which innovations are happening, and especially RuPay now coming up with, integrating with all metros where cards are being utilized for the local transport. So integrations are happening. So the number of cards might come down. We do not know, but still, it is still depending on the customers, whether, what is the choice that they prefer, to go with the card or the other alternatives. So it is purely dependent on the demand and the comfort of the customers. So, but looking at the trend, definitely it looks like card might be coming down, and especially banks will be more keen on reducing the cost, because if you see post-COVID, the cost of the chips are going up like anything. So definitely the cost is going up. There's other way, banks also will be interested or keen to pushing customer to use the alternative methods.
Yeah, thanks. The way we are going to use Alexa for giving instruction for payments, that's interesting. Thank you. Mr. Rajendran, your views on this death of cards, or what is it?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's an interesting discussion whether these cards will be go away or it will be stay back. But if you see the, as an India as a whole, it's a huge populations. And are we serving 100% digitization too? the entire mass. No. See, still it is our economy, if you see the things, after digital economy, the computation and other things and all change. But even that, if you go, still it is not completely, what you say the things, not getting a clear picture, because if you saw the huge geography, populations and different kind of things, and the need for, if you see the things, so even in 2001, 2005, that area also, we did an experiment in northeastern state to provide a cost card, that a smart card based payment system to introducing to them. Reason is there is no reliable connectivity. They could not able to get a connectivity, or still it is, the status is, it is improved, but not 100%. So, and if you go little beyond, even if you go to Mahabaliswar, then go to little beyond and accept the BSNL network and the difficult terrains and all, you will not able to get a 100% a data network to unreliable network to do your digital transactions. So then those areas, then the cards might be used, because cards will work with these POS machines with even low bandwidth also, it works. So the cards will continue to be there. But only thing is the form factors may change. So if you see the things, I use only a mobile. Even wherever I go, I don't even carry any card or cash maximum. Maybe I'll have a very minimum. One day, I just opened my wallet, no money was there. And then, okay, then somewhere else definitely need something. Then I just, the next I just took some money and put it in my the wallet. So now with this mobile, you can do anything. In Mumbai, if you are going anywhere, definitely you can able to do, including now your cash withdrawal. So that's why the card is not required to withdraw your cash even in the ATM. And you wanted to do past transaction, now use a QR code is already there available, use your mobile, you can put your payment. So the usage of the cards in certain sectors definitely getting reduced. But the concept of whether it's a debit instrument or the credit instrument or the wallet instrument, so that will continue to grow. If you see whatever the pay now or the pay later, whatever terms, if you try to introduce, there are certain products are available. You just first pay it and keep your buffers there, and then you do continuous transaction. At the end of the day, only they get a reconciliation. They only block the money, they don't debit it. After end of the day, a reconciliation happen. And the buy now and pay later, like that, people can introduce a different kind of the product, and form factors will change. That's why you say that UPI, when you say smartphone going, and even that this kind of chips also they introduced there in the system. So by using now, this may take some more time to get, and everywhere it is available, then just go and tape it and do the transaction. Tape and go kind of thing for metros and all transport areas also you can use it. So I think my view is it will continue to exist but not grow substantially. Maybe it will reduce it over the period of time, but it will not get completely removed. Maybe certain reasons we might be using something for some more years. Like a check, still we are using check, but nobody knows how it is get processed. But it becomes that smooth, the check truncation system. Like that, the demand will be there. Some area, definitely this packet will continue.
Great insight. The way we have moved from barter system to coins, gold coins and silver coins, and then to currency, and the paper notes, then now to then cards, and now we are into digital payments. Sorry.
I just want to add, maybe this was tried up a few years back, integrating both the debit and credit. So this is something we are working on in the next few months. I think last time when this was launched, there was a chip technological issue where they were not able to identify whether it is a debit transaction or a credit transaction. So I think now technology has helped us in identifying, how to identify, and so the card can be integrated. So in terms of number of cards, again, it might come down once you integrated both debit and credit. So there is another area where there is a possibility of number of cards coming down.
Correct. Great, great. Thank you. So now we want to move on to audience because they have been patiently listening. Hopefully they have some questions that they want to ask the panel. Anybody keen? Any questions you have in mind? You want to go first? And then you have the mic? Somebody can mic? That's okay. Yeah. Please.
Can I speak? Actually, we are an NBFC, Northeastern region. So we are facing one problem in processing and loan documentation, legal documentation. So in that case, how do you, what is your procedure to manage this digitization process? Because see, one application we receive from the bank branch. So they process it, they scan it, then instead they send it to the head office for signature. And we take the printout and again we put our approval, again we send the scan. So I don't think this is the process of digitization. What is your process in loan documentation and all? Is it any regulatory processes there? Any regulatory norms are there?
Shall I take?
Please.
Right now, in our bank also, we don't have any digitization, but we are thinking of doing, we have DMS, Document Management System, and using that and with the help of digital signatures, like we have started our account opening at back office, so document doesn't travel physically, everything is online. Similarly, we are thinking of doing this loan documentation movement on digitized way. The DMS application we are already having, front end we are developing, and after that, I think another quarter, everything will be online. Right now it is manual.
Okay.
In that case, you can also use the DocSign solutions are there, where you can integrate the entire document signatory procedures on the your applications. That is, the integrated solutions are available, where you can eliminate the entire manual signature procedures, and you can automate the end-to-end solutions with this solution.
Okay.
For the EBG, e-verification, already the products are introduced. Some of the products are already integrated with the banks, and you can do the, even for your LOCs also, line of credit documents also, can be sent through the product name. I could not able to recollect it, but the IPTAS has given through the IFN messaging format, you will able to send the full files also automatically. And now the account aggregators are integrating this kind of solutions already. There are 2-3 aggregators are already started this process. For you no need to send the entire physical copy, you need only a digitally signed copy to them, and they used to verify automated system, then they take decisions.
Okay, great. Moving on to him. Mike, somebody. Help with the mic.
Hi, my name is Vandana. I'm from Bank Bazaar. I just wanted to know that as far as digitization is concerned, what is the, I would say, facilitation in terms of delinquency and recovery as far as, these loans and credit card dues are concerned? So is there any view or vision towards it that how in future digitization will help in recovering delinquencies and, all these dues or payment dues?
Maybe I'll just add just before. Maybe we are not far from the age when what we discuss in our homes, that is already being tracked. Okay, And the delinquency, the way, I don't know how much banks would be allowed to get into our private data, but I don't know, there is a possibility that they can identify with what I discuss with my wife, whether I will be delinquent or not. That's also not a distant possibility, I think. Over to you.
Yeah, delinquency is something, as I said before, it's a, key requirement for a bank. Even the use case which I explained, basic, collection will be your key element where you need to reach out to the customers on or before the due date, reminding them for making the payment. And in fact, automation has been done interactively, whether they will be paying on the due date or is there any other date that customer is proposing. The bots are helpful in doing that, so that the date promised by the customer, if he is paying, if he confirms that he will be paying before the due date, that is getting recorded so that no further follow-up required by the bank. And if any date beyond the due date is proposed, then again, automatically the system regenerates the call and remind the customer for first level follow-up. Of course, based on the different buckets he moves in, the human intervention comes in. So definitely, already the automation is in place. It can be improved further.
Thanks a lot. That was a good question. Yeah. What do you?
We talked about chatbots as well. So, as far as BFSI versus other industries is concerned, what do we feel like chatbots which are used with banks and maybe broking firms and other fintech players, are they better as far as other industry chatbots are concerned, or from a user experience point of view, which is the best or maybe top 3 best chatbots are available in the country? So, any views on that?
You want a rating?
Just a viewpoint as
Sure.
Actually now, over the period, the existing chatbot technology which was there 2 years back is getting redundant. Even in BFI space now, AI-based chatbot is more important and picking pace. And we are started using in our customer care center. So mix of AI and existing chatbot will help, otherwise it won't work.
Yeah, that is fine. But then as far as user experience is concerned, any thoughts towards that?
As far as user concern is, we are able to solve, I think, 20 to 25% calls using chatbots.
Brilliant.
So the better you enrich your chatbot, the better the manpower will be required.
Okay, thank you.
Great. I think, sorry, we cannot take more questions. We have run out of time. Sorry. I think we'll talk offline with you. Acha, maybe we just take one question from him. He was waiting. Please. Acha, it's already covered. Great. So that's all. I guess that's all. Thanks to every one of you. And thanks to all the panel members. That was very exciting and interesting also. Thanks a lot. Thank you.